So the last time I had conversations with Pulaa Montz was with a lady called Kathy Sibalo. She's the owner of Royal Flex, a sanitary towel brand, proudly South African from Rustenburg. And she's also a co-founder of an organization called Rooted, which deals with young people and women issues, right? Please go check out their Facebook page. It is Rooted Space DCS, and go see the work that they're doing. And if you are involved in any program of sanitary towel distribution, please get in contact with Kathy so that you can, help a sister out so that she can help you to hope you enjoy and support what they're doing there. But anyway, the reason why I'm talking about her is because so we try to have a conversation as normal on a Friday with her. And 45 minutes later, me and her were like, girl, this is not working because the reception was just so bad. So we decided, okay, no, maybe let's postpone this conversation because it's just not working. So we ended the live and we went on WhatsApp video call, and we started reflecting on how the conversation went. And she was so disappointed, thinking it was just a complete waste of time. She actually said, you know what, that was just a complete waste of time, a whole 45 to 50 minutes of doing nothing. And she was so depressed about it. Okay, but for me, I'm used to clashes, glitches happening with live videos, so I wasn't that phased. So we decided, okay, let's have a conversation again the next day on a Saturday. So we went live. The reception was perfect. Our conversation was flowing. Everything was superb. So we had a great conversation. And at the end of the conversation, me and her went again on a WhatsApp video call, and we were reflecting on it. And she said, thank God for yesterday's disaster, because first of all, today I wasn't as nervous as I was yesterday, and we spoke about some emotional stuff yesterday that really caught me off guard. So today I was better prepared to handle my emotions so I could keep the conversation flowing. So wow, so yesterday's disaster was not a waste of time after all, she said. And I'm like, exactly. There's always a lesson to learn. It doesn't matter whether you think something was a disaster, there is always a lesson to learn. There is always something that you take out, even from a bad situation. So today I want to talk to you about, don't let your fears bully you, for peace sake. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. Sorry, guys. Anyway, the point of the story is that, sometimes we put ourselves out there in business, in new relationships, new hobbies. We tell people that, oh, we want a promotion, and when we put ourselves out there and things don't go our way, we retract back into our comfort zones, and we start convincing ourselves that we don't deserve these things that we desire. But I just wanted to remind you not to let fear bully you. When you start something that you really want, it might not, I don't know, 9 out of 10 times, if not 9.5 out of 10 times, the first attempt is always a disaster. It doesn't go as planned. We always come in with high expectations, first of all, when you're starting something that you know nothing about, and you're thinking you're going to make millions in your first year, and you make zero. In fact, you make minus some thousands, okay, in your new business venture or whatever it is. But the issue is, just because things didn't go your way the first time, don't allow fear to keep you in the comfort zone where you're not so comfortable anymore. Otherwise, if you were comfortable, you wouldn't be having a desire to have a business, to have a relationship, to have friends, new friends, right? Because you've got this desire, it means you're not as comfortable as you used to be where you are. You want something more. And I just wanted to remind you that you actually deserve it. Just because things didn't go right the first time doesn't mean you don't deserve these things that you're saying you are desiring, right? You know, you've heard people saying, you just need to give yourself out there for love with no boundaries, right? And you attempted that, right? At the beginning of the year, you said to yourself, you know what? The next time I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to have boundaries. I'm just going to open myself up to this relationship and see where it takes me. And you did. And you had the most amazing time that you've ever had in a relationship. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, my earring is falling off now. You had an amazing time in that relationship. Yes, it lasted 6 months, and this guy or this girl disappointed you. They really hurt you bad. But looking back, was it all that bad? All those feelings that you had, wasn't it something beautiful that you now have in your memory? Now you have experienced something that most people will never experience, because we are all so guarded, trying to protect ourselves. And in trying to protect ourselves from hurt and shame and disappointments, we end up not experiencing the fullness of what love is, right? So just because you got hurt doesn't mean now you need to give up on love. You know how it feels right now. Doesn't mean you have to go to the next relationship all guarded, because you've experienced how it feels to open yourself up. Keep opening yourself up. Eventually, you will find somebody who will keep your heart safe, who will appreciate how open you are, right? So it is in trying again that we start realizing actually the lessons that we have learned. You know, sometimes when something went so terribly wrong, you will only see the bad about that thing, right? The bad about that experience. But when you sit down, first of all, and you actually look into it, you'll start realizing that although it took a lot out of you, but there were some new things that were deposited inside of you. And although it was a disaster, there were some good things now that you learned. Now you know what to expect. Now you know not to set your goals too high, maybe in business, right? There is always a lesson in those failed attempts. You know, I've always had super successful people saying you only become a failure when you stop trying, because they understand that for as long as you picking yourself up and try again, then you are positioning yourself for success, because there are some lessons that you've already learned that you would otherwise miss if you don't try again. So I just wanted to remind you, you are worthy of the things that you desire. That business, you are worthy. That promotion, you are worthy. New friends who will be trustworthy and loyal, you are worthy of them. You are worthy of a loving relationship. You are worthy of everything that you want, okay? So never let fear take you back to your comfort zone, take you back to your cocoon. Make sure that you gather up some strength again. You fasten the belt and you stand up and you try again. Because I tell you, the more you try and you fail, the easier it becomes. You don't get so emotional anymore. Trust me, I know all about it, right? You don't get so emotional anymore. And I used to be one of those people who would be super emotional about, failed attempts. And I would stop and not do anything. But I've learned that the more you try, the more you realize that there were lessons that you learned, the more you become better, and the more you become desensitized to the negative emotions that are attached to failed attempts. But never let fear bully you and stop you from living your best life. I mean, these dreams are dreams because they are an ideal life that we all want to live. So that ideal life that you want, you are worthy of it. So never let your fear bully you at the expense of this life that you so desire for yourself. You are worthy. And just get up and try again. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.